So reverse grid race, we take a look at it right now for 11 laps around Sydney Motorsport Park. Look at Michael Rinken just then, he'll be in the field too. Ruth Bowler will start from pole position in car 9 with Robert Motby, part of the Rinken team this weekend. Matty Lynch and Grant Thompson, Chad Chapman and Adam Kasukio in 6th position. Craig Thompson and Paul Brooks from Queensland out there today in the 8th position. Harley Haber and Michael Rinken will start on row number 5. Over the page to Jeff Waters and Alan Smith. Sean Rose and Brendan Tucker. That's been about the standard spot for BT this weekend. Denham Ballantyne and Tony Quinn staying out 16. Grant Ludby. Daniel Gaunt is in the field. John Reynolds is also out there. And Kent Quinn starting from 20th. Then Blake Chaveris, Miles Bond back in 22nd. Chris Stevenson, Darren Chamberlain, who he rode onto the track with. James Duckworth and Adam Ubergang, who's been in the wars this weekend. Craig Woods, Damien Flack and Trent Young and Morris Massini at the back of the field. Trent Young had his birthday yesterday. Peter Carr and Adrian Flack, James Zabella and Brendan Pingle. In the spirit of like your entry, car 29, your points leader. So the front is going to be where we're watching to start with, but from the back, those guys got a lot of work to do. So we haven't lost any cars this weekend, which has been good. One of the biggest fields for the Aussie racing cars. They haven't been here since 2012 when the modifications were done to the course. The V8s get wheeled back into their garages here in preparation for the 51-lap race coming up at 2 o'clock. Your teammate for the Enduro Cup starts in the front row.
Yeah, did a great job there. It's all about the Aussie legends now.
Waiting for the last few cars to come into position for this one, the 4th round of this year's championship. 4 races on the card. So looking down the field, watch the back row there. You can see James Zabella, the Horsley Park gun shop to the left of screen, and Brendan Pingle. We'll keep you updated on where they sit in the scheme of things. Race number 3, the green flag is waved at the back. It's 11 laps around Sydney Motorsport Park. Revs up, you're looking at 11,500 revs. Oh, we had a car jump to start initially. So the first bunch of cars will get away here. Then a second sequence will let the next group of cars go away. But Ruth Bowler will lead us down into turn 1, question mark on the second row, because we did see a little jump start.
Yeah, a little jump, but I think he managed to stop it before the lights went out. So that'll be up to the judges, a fact.
Second group is just left. You'll see him come into the background of this shot very soon. And now the fast guys have just left the straight here. They're about 20 seconds behind now. As Ruth Bowler leads us through, Robert Motby, who joins the Michael Rinken team, the Musselbrook Nissan team. There is Rinken, incidentally, pink and black and yellow with Hertz sponsorship on the side, and here they come.
Yeah, this is the angry pack. Be the one to watch.
Already Adam Ubergang is moving up through the field as we ride on board with Pingle. He's not warming the tyres up, like you said. This is what he's like all the time. Car 29, your series leader. Starts to cut his way through the field. It's Adrian Flack ahead. A bit like yesterday, except there's another 25 cars ahead.
So Massini just in ahead there. Yep.
That was a Bella putting the Horsley Park gun shop entry down. So those guys are scrapping at the back of the field as they round up Morris Massini, who was your pole man originally here this weekend. Darren Chamberlain in amongst this group as well at the front of it. So don't get too worried watching at home here. This is a standard race for them. They'll make up a bit of time here in the laps, but can these guys get to the front in the 11? Is the big question.
Yeah, obviously the staggered start throws out a few challenges, but these guys are hard chargers, obviously a fair bit pacier than the guys up the front at the moment. But I'm sure they'll...
Oh, Ballantyne. Denham Ballantyne has lost the door on the D&D building. Carpentry Services, number 67. Down on the exit of turn 8, where we saw Jason Bright get turned around yesterday. So if there was assistance or not, through comes the leaders at the end of lap 1. So Ruth Bowler has dropped back to 5th position. It's Adam Kasukio that leads us through turn 1. Thompson 2nd, Smith 3rd. Chad Chapman rounds out the top 4. That's a cool racing name, by the way.
Chad Chapman, yeah, definitely. Sounds pretty cool. These guys at front, obviously a little bit more reserved than the guys we were watching yesterday.
It's a great initiative by the Aussie racing cars. They're all about action and excitement. They've been doing it for a long, long time now, this category. What's your thoughts on reverse grid race? You've won a race in V8 Supercars and reverse grid.
Yeah, it can have its good and bad moments. I've had both ends of it. So stalled car on the grid, which I wasn't expecting, and cleaned him up. But other times it can work to your advantage, and it's all about learning how to pass and get through other cars. So definitely spices things up.
it's a good point you raise, because you can be a leader all the time, as we see Parsi move down here at 6. You can lead all the time, but once you're back in the pack, we've seen it all too often when you see the guys lead races after races, gets in the pack, gets caught up in the instance, because they're not used to racing in traffic, are they?
Yeah, that's right, and it's all about racing. At the end of the day, you've got to learn racecraft, and you might be a second and a half faster than someone, but doesn't necessarily mean you can pass the car in front. So it's good to spice things up, and that's also a good spectator sport.
So this is what happened to Denham Ballantyne. Now, did he miss a gear coming out? Oh, he's been unloaded. Very Scaife and Engel-esque, isn't it, down there, out of turn 8?
Yeah, wonder if he'll hop out and give him the old fist pump.
Well, he's thrown his hands up.
Not happy.
He's out of the car. Next to the wall as he watches this awesome 3-wide action further back. This Aussie racing car's on lap 2 of 11. Car slowing there on the inside, eating up, trying to pick up who that is. They come around. Here's Brendan Pingle. It's peak hour, grabs a gear. Plenty of sideways action for the 29 machines. He comes back on to this main straight. So Ubagang's the big mover from that group. He's 20th at the moment. As Kasukio leads us through, 1.8 seconds. But look at this angry pack heading down to turn 1.
So got some big movers there, 13 spots up for Quinn.
Look at Thompson, he's lost 6 positions. Daniel Gaunt's gone up 9 spots as well. Ubagang now starts to hit some of the cars that started at the pointy end of the field. This is from Chamberlain's perspective. Darrell Lee Sticks entry, car 1, the spinner at the top of the hill here. Car number 4 has gone around at that top of the track. That's Brendan Tucker, who's been running down the back of the field here, which is unusual for Tucker. Down to turn 4, Ruth Bowler just letting the traffic go by. These guys are running for sheep stations today.
Yeah, obviously we're seeing some passes happen here. The faster guys coming up on the slower guys. Here's a replay, the incident at turn 2.
Now, was there assistance from Ubagang? Oh, he's got the car down the inside, and yes, there was. And that was always going to happen. There's so many cars arguing over position down there, wasn't it?
I think he was far enough up there. It's just a racing incident, that one.
There's the Hertz 88 car coming around also. This weekend of Chris Stevenson. As we head down to turn 8. These 1200cc motorcycle engines been absolutely tested their limits on the main straight here. 11,500 revs. Actually like a go-kart with a roof, aren't they?
Yeah, they look like a lot of fun, and I was speaking to Dan Gaunt earlier, and he's smiling from ear to ear. He's enjoying every minute of it.
When are we going to see Dean Canto in one of these?
They're actually my size. They're pretty
They are your size?
Yeah, I'd actually probably be able to reach the pedals.
That's the view high above this main straight here at Sydney Motorsport Park, as we've got plenty of action going on. Working lap 4 of 11. We've got another race later on today as part of our coverage. Decide the winner of round 4 of this championship. Will Pingle go away with more of a points lead? He's carving his way through the field. 25th position only though, so a bit of work for him to do as we approach the halfway mark.
Yeah, just saw Pingle there on the main straight pull out on the slipstream, but I'm not sure what's going on there. He pulled a long way out.
Something happened on the final turn. I noticed on the cars pulling out the slipstream there too. Let's check out a replay. This is Pingle. Ooh, just dab of the brake. Now feeds the power on. And almost got into the back of Morris Massini it was in car 80. Great evasive action, great reflexes.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, sort of saw it at the top of the screen there and thought it was a bit odd, but now we know why. And great job there to avoid that. Sort of hurt him a little bit though for his run down the straight, but he'll recover and push on.
So Chad Chapman's got himself up into 2nd position now. Tony Quinn is in 4th. And Thompson, Ken Quinn is next. Miles Bond up to 7 in car 7. Daniel Gaunt inside the top 10. Blake Chaberis rounding out the top 10 currently here as we're coming to the end of lap number 4. There is Tony Quinn in car 100. What's your favourite number to race with?
Well, funnily enough, the 55 Bottle car that I'm racing with, that was actually my kart number from back in the day.
Right.
So, and it was my father's number. So it's just a coincidence that I'm actually racing in that car. But yeah, that's been my number for a long time. Worked
out well then as the VIP Pet Foods entry pulls out the slipstream down into turn 1. And Quinn makes up another position. He almost got into that 3-car incident down in that part of the racetrack yesterday with Ubagang and Denham Ballantyne. He carves his way through the field. He's up another position, up to 5 now. He goes past Thompson.
So currently finally, we've got Duckworth with the fastest lap of the race. Doing a great job in 13th.
1:45.26 for him as he goes up to 12th position. Let's look for Pingle. He's 21st now, going with Morris Massini. So they're fair way still from the lead guys. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to catch him.
Yeah, it's a 15-second margin to the leaders. So 7 laps to go. It's going to be tough. Obviously, they're still got to pass cars in the middle of all that. So I'm sure they'll be pushing as hard as they can.